Now, we continue with the post-game press conference following the third game of the 2024 Memorial Cup presented by Dow, this one between the Saginaw Spirit and the Drummondville Baltigars. With me is the head coach of the Spirit, Chris Lazary. Chris, I'd like to just start off with your thoughts on tonight's game.
For me, just proud of our group, like that environment, that game. I mean, it's junior hockey in a nutshell, but we said to the guys after the game, we're the only team here that's had their heart ripped out of their chest and absolutely crushed. And we were not, went down 2-0. The guys on the bench were like, we're not losing. We're not. And we're on a mission. There's a lot of love in that room. That's, to me, when it got toughest out there is when we stuck together the most. Super proud of the guys.
Any questions for Chris?
Coach, at one point when Justin scored the goal on the power play at the end of the second period, what was the message during the intermission before going out on the ice, and what produces the result in the third period?
I walked in and I just said, effing sick, like sick period, play that again, and we're good. Just make sure we don't go out and gamble too much and lose it by pressing. Just do our thing defensively, make sure we're tracking and reloading hard, trust what we do not be denied. We know what we're doing. We've been through so much here in the last month and a half. It was not like, that's the thing with our group is that most teams, maybe that's deflating for them. Us, it's just like, we're okay. We're going to find one here. We're going to be okay.
Coach, you got a big game from one of your younger players in Michael Misa with 3 assists. Having young players like that come through for you in big games like this, what does that mean to the group?
Yeah, like we look at, I mean, Misa's been here now. He's in his second year. We don't even look at his age anymore. He's like, part of the fabric for us. So, but, he's a mature kid, works hard every day. Like nothing he does surprises me. We jumped on him there in the second period. I thought he could have got to the net and worked a little bit harder, and he had a little bit of bite back, which I like. And I knew when he had that, we were going to be fine, but he's out to prove everybody how good he is and that he belongs. And he does have big things ahead of him next year with the draft. And this is a big stage for him, not only to try to win, but set himself up for that. And I think he's like anybody, again, inside of our room, when we're looking around that room, like there's a lot of love. We're ripping our hearts out of our chest for each other. We're doing whatever we have to do to win. And Mike's a perfect example. He's playing the right way. He's playing hard. It's proud of him.
And then I'm not 100% sure if he got on the score sheet, but Josh Bloom is obviously one of your big players. Playing in the last minutes, playing the power play, playing those really important minutes. What did you see out of him just from a player's perspective?
Yeah, leadership for sure. Especially we went down, him and Hash, together, just the messaging on the bench, no panic. I thought he started to dig in and win a few more puck battles and make a few more plays, but you're only going to go as far as your best players take you. And those guys there in those moments have to find a way to get to their best game quick when you're down 2-0. I thought they did that.
Thanks, Chris. With Misa's 3 assists, which one of them do you think showed his hockey sense and his IQ the best? Some great passes there.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't even know he had 3 assists. So how bad of a coach am I? Like I don't see who gets it. I just see the structure and where guys are going position wise. But I know that for me, when we tied up 2-2, like unreal. So down low behind the net defensively, good job, good battle. Wins the second quick. We come out with the puck. That backhand sauce to have that touch on it like that in that moment. You got to trust your skill, right? Because that's a dangerous play if it doesn't go your way, but he makes it in stride, and then he takes off to come over for puck support. Hunts cuts middle. We get the cross and drop, and then a great play by him to pick his head up. And just, again, like we talk about our guys about recognizing patterns. He knows once we do the cross and drop where Hunts is going to finish, so he knows where to look next for the play. He scans it. He sees it. We slip it over. It's an unbelievable goal, and then just the emotion on the bench. I knew when we scored that goal, and I think our team did, we were not losing this game.
And with your centers, I think especially back in South Valley, like 2 different kinds of centers in terms of draws. But how unique is it to have those 2 weapons in the face-off dot for big draws like this?
Yeah, like we're blessed with centers. Like even Hazy, who hasn't played a ton, but his face-offs are nuts, and when Becker wants to dig in as well. But there's been times this year throughout the season where we've had either goalie out or we're defending with the against the extra attacker, and the amount of draws that Sapple wins it's outrageous. And then if you go back and watch his World Juniors in the big stages, he just finds a way to win those draws. So to me, that's huge. Puck possession, especially in those moments. Like you can win as many draws as you want, but it's about the critical face-offs, and he finds a way when it's the critical ones to be on the right side of it, and that's a huge thing for success for us.
I guess last one for me, just the second period. But what changed, do you think, in the neutral zone play that you had there in the second period?
Well, it wasn't coaching because I didn't say anything. I think our biggest thing is we want to make sure that we're always on the attack. So when pucks come out, we're going north or over and north quick. And I thought we did a good job just trying to keep our team on the attack. We don't want to mess around with it, bring it back, do hinges, do all that. We just wanted pucks going north. I thought a few times we forced a few, like kind of looking for the wide guy when we should just go north and find a way to support it and make a play. Like we just want teams when they're playing us to feel like that we're always on the attack in our transition game. And I thought we did a good job in the second. We did a good job in the third, and it kind of drives the bus for us.
Chris, back here, one game to do control your destiny to potentially get in the final, kind of like you drew it up in September.
Yeah, well, exactly how we drew it up. When we got the schedule, we knew at some point London was going to factor back into this for us. So, excuse me, we'll watch what goes on, but exactly what you said, we control our fate. It's what we wanted to do in our first two games. Every team here is trying to do that, is put themselves in a position that they can get into that championship game. We hold all the cards now for us, and we just got to make sure here the next 2 days we're preparing ourselves and doing everything we need to do to make sure we're at our best come that game, because we know how hard that game's going to be and how big that game is for both teams.
Coach, we all enjoyed your wife's hockey insights going into game one. Any words of advice heading into game two?
She retired. Yeah, no. She retired. She wants to stay at 100%. She wants to bat 1,000. So.
Any more questions for Coach? Seeing none. All right. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, guys.